maybe Turbo Forever Turbo Heat Dance is too strong of a dance to be in this playlist. It might go too hard. Maybe I should take it off. Yeah, probably. It's a bit much, probably. Okay, I'm gonna have to take you away. I'm sorry, Lisa. You go too hard. But maybe I'll keep 666 Kill Chop Deluxe. Cause that goes hard. I think. Yep. Hi, Cafe. Are you still here?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Are you... Is there something in your mouth?
No.
Oh my god. Oh well, it's fine. Let's see.
Yeah, I had a pretzel.
Nice. Right. So, hello, Charlotte, Heaven's Gate, right? It's...
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not even about Charlotte.
This ain't about her. Yeah. It's about Charles. And it's so much nicer. Wow, what not having actual Tulpa does to an MF?
It's not canon, is it?
It's not. Which is the sad thing. But it's still currently really nice for its own thing.
I mean, I think that probably makes it, I think that explains why it's a lot more, I guess it's a lot less foreboding.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that. And there's no tracks, which is probably intentional. I wonder if it feels weird for people watching, or for you, because there's no music in the background.
I mean, I'll take no music over... Like, no music is fine.
Okay. I wonder
it's
if that's
better
what
than...
people feel playing... my burden.
Playing what?
There. Nothing. It's nothing.
Oh.
I'm carrying the burdens of my failures behind me. And it's okay. I'll cope. Are you ready though?
Don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. Don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah, alright. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't stress. Don't stress.
I'm not stressing. I'm just regretting. But it's okay. So
Don't worry. You only had a week to learn anyway.
So, right. The game.
You learned to walk. Now it is time to run. Think of it that way.
Okay, if you say so. This is the Steam version of the game, by the way. The difference between this and the itch.io version is that while it still has our save data, but it also comes with a bit of DLC, which I believe is the diary, which you can see is the second option in the menu. And I guess that's something you look at after you finish the game. It's very interesting.
I see. I thought, for whatever reason, I thought that was load until I saw the load right under diary.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I don't really remember much, except, Vincent and Charles grew up together, kind of.
It's very much a vignette sort of thing.
What do you mean?
Like, it's mostly just snippets of Charles's life.
Yeah, and his mom isn't as depressed, and
the one scene with Charlotte and Frey.
Right, which I wonder means anything. Food for thought. Food for thought.
Probably like...
Do you want to finish your pretzel first before
No, I'm thinking. I'm chewing on it, if you will.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, fine, alright. I can live with it. There's a ladybug crawling up my mic.
Oh.
But it's not the typical red ladybug, but the orange one. The Asian invasive species of ladybug that doesn't help pollinate our trees. They also bite. Did you know?
Oh, so are you gonna... I feel for whatever reason my first thought was, okay, are you gonna punch your mic then?
No, it's just chilling. Since it's getting warmer, they've made a comeback. But, the winter did freeze them. Temporarily, at least. Then, for the sake of our viewers, would you like me to play a track in the background? Is there any you have in mind while we read this?
I think honestly the lack of music fits.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. Okay. Do you have your water ready or drink or whatever?
Yes.
Mm. Oh,
How
hi,
how
Pun.
long is this anyway?
We went through it like a good number of it. And hi, Pun. Thanks for using my Pog emote. It exists now. Yay! I'm
Yeah.
slowly but surely adding customized things. Like soon there'll be like sub badges and stuff, and more channel rewards. Like you can redeem stuff with like pets and stretches and stuff. I have badges and I had to make 3 versions of them and it's so cool. Yeah. Yay, Cafe! Congrats on your first Pepe!
Yay!
That's so
Thank you.
cute. I still need to realign it, but otherwise it's fine. Sorry,
It's
you were saying
fine.
something?
Everything is Daijobu. I didn't say anything.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. But yeah, Vincent. Also, Henri didn't dye her hair black to match Charles.
Y- Yet.
Yet. That's a big difference. Hmm.
The older we get, the more disturbed and obnoxious everyone becomes. It's been a hot minute since I since I started speaking,
And
and I'm
Charles
not.
speak?
It's been so long since I've voiced these characters, man.
It has been a minute. Do you need a minute? Do you need to get back into
No,
the
I'll get back. I'll get back into the groove. Don't worry.
depressed headspace?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh, we are blocking quite a bit of
Just gotta.
text, aren't we? I never did figure this out while we streamed it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a moment. Don't
Oh,
mind
is
me.
is some text being cut off?
By me.
Oh.
Whoops!
Oh.
That's it. It's okay. I got this. Just temporarily disabling. Don't mind me. Rearranging. But thanks, Pun, for using it and being cool and epic and swagger. Here we go.
I guess. Oh.
I think it's
We're
better.
back up again.
Just a bit.
They're trying to connect clumsily, erratically, which I understand to some degree, but I've always been fine in my own company.
Okay, Charles.
Also Vincent's, but he can be tiring too. Sometimes he starts ranting on subjects I don't understand, which gets tedious. Like hell do I give a damn about politics? Go back to your containment board, for God's sake.
Oh my
Go
god.
back to / poll, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Henrietta isn't a saint either. Am I actually... that is the definition, my man. Am I actually masochistic for enjoying being badmouthed by her? At least she has the same horrible taste in anime.
Nyanako Sugar Girls? I can see it.
Miss Warhol, you absolutely have to consult me on dating sims. We could make a fortune off this.
Fuck off, Eiler. It won't sell.
We can make video games.
No one wants to fucking play visual novels about dating some fucker. Here at least. And don't talk so loudly. The other girls will hear and they'll find out I'm a fucking loser.
It's your fault for trying to seem something you're not.
Oh my god.
So, how about it? You, me, Dojin Circle?
Charles, if I weren't Henri, if I were Danny, I would gladly join your doujin circle. I would draw it. It would be great. No, I've never written a finished story in my life.
Just copy the popular tropes.
Oh my god.
Everyone only wants things they're used to.
Just go away, Eiler. You're bothered. Go pester someone else.
Talking with Warhol always lifts up my mood.
Oh my god. Oh, have you heard of Heaven's Gate? They're an organization that preaches that our world is controlled by alien puppeteers from another world. Fucked up, right? Is that someone else? Huh. I don't know.
Does that mean that their world is more real than ours? What even is real these days?
Do you think we could be saved if we refuse to be actors on this stage?
Maybe we should leave altogether. Low tier god shows up
Oh my
on the
god.
screen. A thunderbolt strikes down upon the city.
Christ.
One incoming message from Charles.
Oh.
What's up with the emergence of the web cults lately? You mean Heaven's Gate? Actually,
Huh?
This makes sense. This makes sense. Actually, I helped copyright the contents for the site. Nande? Majide? Of course. Any kind of content has curators. This one was meant as a prank, though. You don't actually believe that we're puppets on strings, do you?
No.
No. The text you wrote was awfully convincing, though. Fuck! I don't know. I don't know. Ahaha. I'm honored.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I got nothing. I'm honored. Why Heaven's Gate, though? We wanted it to seem big, despite it being a prank.
Pun says Vincent doing a teehee. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Doesn't it sound like something promising? Sounds like a suicide cult. Yeah, it sounds pretentious as fuck!
Okay, Charles.
It doesn't mean anything, really.
You're right though. That certainly does track, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Vincent.
Vincent would lead. Just like Heavenly Kingdom doesn't exist. So an empty promise of virtue, huh? Still, isn't it, kinda dangerous? People might believe you guys for real. That would be silly, don't you think?
Ooh.
Rationality.
Oh, Bennett. Oh
Mr. Honecker. Do you think I'd act more rational if I killed an 8-room?
Bennett.
Oh man. I missed you, Bennett. You funny man. You hilarious. You comic relief buddy, old pal of mine. Do you think I'd act more rational if I killed my remaining emotions? I don't believe we could be rational without feelings.
No, Felix is so tiny. Sorry.
He's so short.
No, he's so scrunkly.
Patients with prefrontal cortex brain damage cannot experience emotions. To them, any decision seems as good as the other. For example, when I think of killing someone I care about, I'm overwhelmed with horror. It goes without saying that I'd never do it on a whim. Thus, feelings are essential for rational thinking. Soap inhibits the prefrontal cortex functionality as a side effect, right? I've been saying it all the time, but consuming it isn't doing you any good. You lose the ability to distinguish the weight of one decision from another. And that means. That means killing me and eating cookies for breakfast will be morally equal to you. My point is, killing your emotions will only worsen your overall mental state. It's okay to care, Bennett.
Hmm.
Bennett croaks out a laugh. It sucks. Vincent peeks over my shoulder, startling me with his voice. Are you writing something? This barely counts as writing.
Jesus Christ.
Fennel steps over the bench, now facing me directly. Are you dissatisfied with what you're making? No, not exactly. Not more than usual. It's just. I don't know how to communicate my thoughts to others. The whole plot looks too contrived. I'd stop reading after the first page.
I'd rate your fanfic, Charles.
Do you think your readers are stupid? No! If anything, it's my own fault that I'm a clumsy writer, not theirs. Then, do you not trust them? I don't. I mean, I really want to. But I'd be lying if I said I did. I see. If you can't bring it around no matter what, why not prove that you yourself can be trusted? Vincent leads closer into my personal space, making me recoil a bit. You look so evil! Show that you've done your research. That you're knowledgeable about the subjects you're handling. That you're involved as much as your reader is. That you're prepared to bare your mind and soul. What the fuck is going on? His presence suddenly overbearing, Vincent looms over me. My breathing hitches. I feel small. Wouldn't I be making a fool out of myself if I admit my weaknesses? Yes! It'll make you vulnerable. It'll leave you out in the open. Naked in public. Why do Guts out. Guts out. Oh my god. Come and feel. For $1.99 only.
Vincent, why do you sound like that? Oh my goodness.
Thrilling, right? You. Yet, still, you'll be the one in control.
But no, please don't cop a feel for $1.99 only, please.
Yeah, at least pay 99 cents.
Christ.
You gotta get it cheap.
Ichio, pay what you want.
Because it was your conscious decision to reveal the information, and you hold power over it. With those words, Vincent leaves my personal bubble and drops on a bench beside me. Having nothing to hide puts you at both an advantage and disadvantage, but my opinion is that it's worth it. I suppose that's one way to go about it. If it were me, I'd rather have the work exist separately from its author. If anything, I'd prefer working as anonymously as possible.
A bit too real.
Yes, I'm not saying my approach would work for each and every person.
I'm a bit of a freak.
You should choose what suits you best, exhibitionism or anonymity.
I'm not here to kink shame.
But most importantly, don't underestimate your readers. Make them feel like your story is the best thing they'll ever experience. Hmm,
Hmm.
I see. I understand.
Are you taking notes?
No, I'm just trying to figure out which one I agree with. Who do I
Hmm.
agree with here? Make them feel like they can only feel that way with you. And there you have it. A story you can be proud of. The way you put it sounds like you're selling your mind to others. Does it? I call it sharing. Besides, being insecure in your work will result in a flavorless throwaway text. Do you want to write disposable garbage like that? Bro, what the fuck? Why are you like Mr. Fennel, you are intense. That's a lot of knowledge for someone as young as you, Mr. Fennel. I'm just saying what I've learned from more experienced writers. And I suppose I'm really passionate about writing. Oh, no shit. Is he writing something too? Oh wait, he's serious. Oh wait. I didn't realize. I
Hmm.
I'm so used to the original.
What's wrong, huh?
You just look like you needed advice. Were the words I chose enough? Yeah, thanks. I owe you one. Actually, would you like to read what I've written so far? I think I could use some feedback. Sure. Don't expect mercy. Bring it on.
Two mentally ill teens.
The homies. I'll fetch you my notebook next week then. There's a lot written, so you can take your time with it. Our conversation is cut off by the ringing stool bell.
Ding
School
ding.
bell. During our final high school year, Vincent joins the student council and invites me to do the same. Didn't you mention that you wanted to influence school life if possible? I believe it's a good opportunity to do so. I think it's not about good ideas, but rather the ability to convince others. Which is something you have. And right now, I'm using it to convince you to try it. Ugh, so persistent. Okay, fine. I'll tag along. Success! You'll definitely regret it. Huh? Wait! That's the opposite of words of encouragement. What the fuck?
Huh.
It's past 6 p.m. We're the last students leaving school. I stretch and allow myself to let out a prolonged yawn. Today's meeting was so tiring. I need to know people day soon. I can understand that. Says Vincent, who talked during the whole meeting. How do you even have energy for all that arguing? I just enjoy a good discussion. More like uncivilized discourse. Everyone was basically trying to shout louder than the others. Thrilling, isn't it? I can't believe you. I'm joking. It was indeed a bit tiring. I'm not a big fan of the noise. However, I don't feel like going home just yet. Well, the weather's not bad. I was planning to invite you for a walk anyway. Let's go.
Okay.
Should we walk in silence for a while? Good plan.
That's my kind of hangout. Nice.
I let my vision lose focus and feel the world around me slow down. We part ways after an hour of strolling around the park. Feeling re-energized, I spend the whole evening leisurely studying subjects ahead of the program.
Social media!
Ha ha ha! Oh shit.
Take a sip. Take a hecking sip. Of water. Nice.
We're waiting for the next class to start. Henrietta sits near me on the windowsill, dozing off with a textbook in her. I almost said chemtrail with a chem textbook in her hand. I'm so tired of social media. Everyone's talking so much, but no one's talking about things that really matter.
Huh.
And I feel bad for contributing. Henrietta yawns and stretches, then pinches my nose.
What do you think people should be talking about then, genius? And who are you to decide what matters and what doesn't?
Wait. Shut it, I know! I'm just saying how I feel.
You're right, Pun. Charles canonically is a Twitter user.
I feel tired.
Your judgments are useless then. It's like wanting a teenage melodrama to have a deeper meaning. Want something profound? Read a book. Or go talk to Fennel. He's like a combination of a therapist and a saint, so no wonder you love that.
Way to trivialize him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a god.
A human. You're just biased because he validates you.
Okay, yeah, but
Still, I don't
okay,
get
good
it.
point.
What's so good about him? Aren't you singing him praises just because he's polite?
Just because he has the human decency to make effort to be kind to others. He's hardworking, reliable, and after talking to him, I always feel like I've ascended to some new level of human consciousness. Also, he appreciates the concept of personal space. Unlike some.
Are you done yet?
Now you're just being jealous.
Go fuck yourself, Eiler.
See? No human decency. Vincent would be like, would you kindly back off?
That's the same thing.
Might as well be. I wonder if he's ever gotten angry at someone.
He just has high self-control. I lost mine somewhere along the way when I tried to prove that I'm not a doormat for others to step on.
Ah, so she's conscious about her attitude after all. Mean Henri is the best Henri. Actually, any Henri is great.
I agree.
True. I can't exactly tell you not to worry about it, though. But I like you the way you are.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, Henri!
that's so cute.
Henri, oh, you're my sprunkly.
Vincent comes over to do a research project for school. I welcome him into my room with rubber gloves still on my hands.
Right, so he's still afraid of touch and dirty things, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, Charles.
Eiler. Oh wait, sorry. I am an idiot. Eiler. You look proud of yourself. Of course. Cleaning done.
Male wife? Sorry.
Clothes ironed. I can focus on schoolwork in peace.
It's true. You're like Eiler, Tilda, sparkle emoji. Right.
Good. You seem to be especially scrupulous when it
Scrupulous.
scrupulous when it comes to organizing. I just can't seem to focus when there's something out of place. I end up thinking about a single sheet of paper lying around unsorted instead of doing something useful.
It's not Scrumptious plan. You didn't say Scrumptious.
Oh.
You did.
Oh, but that's not the worst of it. Must be tough. My workspace isn't very organized in comparison, although I don't have many personal possessions. Don't like stuff piling up? That too, and perhaps I'm not very sentimental. I briefly wonder if that's really the only reason, but decide not to press on. Let's change the topic. That being said, remember when we were all about collecting stickers and stuff? Yeah, everyone was crazy about trading. I still have my collection. Can't bring myself to throw away my cat toys too. It's kind of embarrassing. Why? You must have loved them a lot. Having things you love doesn't make you seem infantile. Well, yeah, when you put it like
Oh my
that.
god. Ah, Adobe Creative Cloud, go away! I don't care that there's an update available for Photoshop. Shush.
There are no updates in my general area. What about you? Don't you have your favorite stuff? No. I only brought popular things regardless of whether I like them or not. Oh, I see. And then? Then I threw them away as soon as they became useless. At this moment, Vincent's gaze seemed empty. His face didn't convey any particular emotion, even though he was smiling, which felt horribly out of place. For a second, it felt like we weren't talking about bootleg Digimon stickers, but something else entirely. Well, yeah, I see. You must have no interest in material possessions. That's admirable. Vincent pauses for a bit, then answers. Yeah, that must be it. His words sound hollow.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I see. The sun is about to rise. Henry's fallen asleep on a beanbag with a joystick in his hands.
Gamer.
Gamer. Henry comes out to hang on weekends. Sometimes she brings her brother, who she's begrudgingly babysitting. We play video games and eat snacks.
Gamers. Plural.
Gamers. When Henry's not in a school environment, she's far less stressed out. Even her voice sounds lower than usual. Crap, your brother is good at rhythm games.
Yeah, use him as you like if you need to score full combos on Project Sekai. That's all he's good for anyway.
Aren't you being a little harsh?
He deserves it for being a lazy ass. Have you seen his grades? It's like he made it a goal for himself to become the worst student of the year.
Maybe his mind just works differently from the rest.
Yeah, that too. But for the most part, he just wants to play MMORPGs all day. Like,
He
there's
just
only
wants to
so
play
much world.
Destiny
He
all
just
day.
wants to play fucking World of Warcraft. I want to help him, but I also want a break from all this shit. I'm tired of working at part-time jobs to help parents sustain this lifestyle. Do you know how much console games cost? 60 bucks every
You
time.
really do.
Oh my god.
God.
Sorry,
Oh my.
Nightbot. Nightbot
I don't.
didn't like the fact that Nightbot. No, I'm sorry you got censored by Nightbot. I'll nerf this MF right away. You can never use too many caps, pun. Don't worry about it. But yes, he does play Final Fantasy. I'm glad you knew.
Final Fantasy 14.
Add
Did
that
you know that Final Fantasy
no,
14 has
no,
a free
no!
trial?
Shut
I don't play it, so I wouldn't know.
I only have your word to go by, so I'm. You could be lying to me, and I
You
wouldn't
can
know.
find out
Oh boy!
by trying Final Fantasy 14.
And hi Yui, thank you for following. Danny, the tree file is up again, up to level 60, and the first DLC expansion.
Up to Heaven's Word.
Buddy,
The
please.
critically acclaimed.
I'll think about it. Add that to a monthly MMO subscription, gotcha pulls and merchandise, and you'll get my monthly salary.
Your parents don't have to buy all of that, you know.
Henry says they motivate him, so if they don't, he just refuses to leave the room.
Shit. Henry looks at the ceiling, contemplating something.
Eiler, I was thinking.
Yes?
Aren't we actually dating?
What? What? Henri starts counting on her fingers.
Look, it's the 5th time I'm staying over. You take me out for nice food, and carry my bags when I'm shopping. You even look after my brother when I'm busy.
Aren't all of these just things a decent person would do, Miss Warhol?
No maidens, Charles? I don't think he wants any.
I fail to see your point. Aren't you the one who's always like, I wish someone would call me princess. I can't.
Oh
I can't.
my God.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You know what? I take
Aren't
it
you the
back.
one who's always like, I wish someone would call me princess and take me on cute dates, Tilda, Tilda. We'd buy matching clothes and cuddle on a sofa. Henri nudges me with her elbow. Violently.
Yeah, you're far from that. Please don't use that squeaky voice to imitate me ever again. I'll kill you.
Damn it, I was right on the money.
Still, what should we call this?
Does it need a specific term? If you're talking about becoming each other's possession, then I'm against it. No one ever belongs to anyone. Yet for some reason, everyone thinks it's a meaningless string of letters that can bind people to them.
Isn't it normal to want something you can call your own?
It rubs me the wrong way. That would mean treating each other as commodities. Which in turn contributes to a mindset intrinsic to it for a capitalist society.
You just had to bring your pointless philosophy into it. Just say it in normal people words.
Sorry. I just don't know yet. I understand.
Well, me neither. Hold on, let me try something. Oh damn, Andre!
Oh shit! Henri leans in and kisses me.
What? So, how was it? I'm sorry, Pun said Zam! And immediately got timed out by Nightbot. Oh my god, I'm so
That one's
sorry.
deserved. That one's deserved,
No, but it
honestly.
was so funny. Nightbot, you're ruining the fun. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Blocked.
Time to take Nightbout. Time to take Nightbout out to the river
I
and tell him
did.
about the farm with
Goodbye,
the bunnies.
Nightbot. You will not be missed.
It was supposed to be this amazingly good thing that every story leads up to, but it didn't really feel like anything out of the ordinary.
What if it was, with someone else?
Like Vincent? I think it'd be the same. You know I'm not too comfortable with physical stuff. Is there something wrong with me after all?
Want me to hate you? Aren't you the one who keeps going on tirades about everyone experiencing life differently? Just because I don't understand doesn't mean it's your fault.
Sorry. I just feel like I'm constantly letting people down.
Then find a downer like you. Jeez. Stop worrying about it. Just look at Fennel being comfortable in his own company.
Vincent's always surrounded by people, though. He only started isolating himself just recently.
I've only talked to him a few times. It felt like he wasn't even there. He's not really listening to what you say. So, my conclusion is that he's full of shit. But at least he's content with it.
Or maybe he was just bored around you.
Maybe, but he's like that around literally everyone. And you kind of suck at reading people. I bet Fennel's the kind of person who'd populate a planet with clones of himself and be happy about it.
Where did that come from? If I cloned myself or had my personality divided in parts, it ended a mass suicide.
Now you're being weird. Anyway, I guess it's stupid to try and mold you into something you're not. Even if you do everything a romantic partner would, it's pointless if you're not feeling it.
I'm sorry.
There you go again. It should be a thank you, shouldn't it?
I don't know what you mean.
You know, because we're cool. We're still cool. Don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. You're right, yeah.
Jesus Christ. You know what? I take it back. We're not cool. Get out.
This is my house.
Get out.
Thank you, Henri.
Oh, Henri, you're my sprunkly.
I wake up with a headache and stumble into the bathroom to brush my teeth. I look into the mirror and notice that I only blink with one eye. Weird. But whatever. School proceeds as normal until I start feeling extremely fatigued during the 5th period. Something's not right. I end up calling Mom. She always knows what to do.
Oh no. It seems like your son has Bell's palsy. It might take a month to recover.
Great. Of all the rare illnesses, my body decided to get this one. Missing a month of school before exams sounds like a worst-case scenario. It's just half of my face staying unresponsive, and my whole body feels numb. I can barely focus on the full phone screen as I type to message back to Henri, who was curious enough to investigate my sudden disappearance from class.
One incoming message from Henri. You okay?
Got hospitalized with face paralysis.
The fuck is that?
The fuck is that indeed? One of my eyes can't blink and my mouth is stuck in a convulsed grimace. Thank God no one will come to visit. I close my eyes, one manually, and hope the numbness will go away in the morning. It doesn't. Hospital food is tasteless.
Ah! Fuck! I didn't mean to do that. Shit.
What?
Ah!
What? What'd you do?
No, never mind.
What'd you
It's
do?
okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry
What'd you
about it.
do?
I didn't mean to time you out, but I'm sorry, but I fixed it. Hi.
It doesn't really matter, since I'm going to be discharged today. No one stays in hospitals for more than 2 days unless you're fatally injured. Mother asked her acquaintances to give me a ride home. What followed were 2 weeks of pills and 24-hour sleep, and 2 more weeks of staring at the ceiling because my mind can't focus on anything else.
Oh my god.
What?
Just a moment. Nightbot is after my ass. No,
Oh.
you should keep capping fun. Caps are fun. Pats are enthusiastic. And I have manually removed Nightbot from the fucking thing. Jeez.
You should type in all lowercase now!
Just to test it out, can you type something in all caps to see if Nightbot is still going to do something about it? Hopefully it won't, but you know, society. Let's see, excess capped, disabled, blacklisted, excess emotes, disabled. I love Among Us and being the imposter. Very cool. Excess symbols, disabled, links, disabled, blacklist. Okay, I can do that. Jeez. Thank you for your patience. Have a lovely day. Henrietta came to visit while you were sleeping. She brought some printouts from school.
Bless her. Among the
Among?
stuff Henri brought, I find a notebook with Vincent's name on it. I hope you find these notes useful. Get well soon, said the note inside. I'm mortified. I end up being a burden to them both.
Charles! Charles! Charles!
I try to shake the feeling off and be sincerely grateful, but end up being choked by guilt.
Charles!
I have to catch up. Become better. More capable. If I'm not ahead of others, then my self-worth is no better than 0. I need to thank people who care about me soon. Oh. When I finally become able to come outside after what feels like forever, dandelions were in full bloom.
No, Charles. Gentle throttle.
Vincent has his nose buried into a notebook lately. He's definitely writing about something I never pry. I think there are 2 ways to go about writing. To be the one power, or to give power to your readers. You can write a piece so flawless and complete that your awestruck reader will be rendered speechless, or create a flawed, seemingly incomplete work, prompting the reader to contribute with better ideas. Which would you prefer? Playing God or making a fool out of myself. Tough choice indeed. So, the latter feels like less pressure, so I take that one.
High five, Charles! Let's fucking go!
Let's go. That way, every reader can become a co-creator, even if they get laughs at my expense. I see. Besides, if something's considered ideal, you can only make copies of it without creating anything new. That doesn't sound too creative to me. More importantly, what'd be your choice? Me? Well, what do you think? I think you want to leave it a rhetorical question. How are your grades coming along, by the way? Well, it looks like I'll be one of the few people invited to the awards ceremony. Wow, you're amazing. I didn't really have a choice. Do you think you'll be able to graduate with honors? Nah, I totally blew my chem and math grades. Took me a bit of time to come to terms with the fact that I'm not that smart. Wish I didn't grow up thinking that doing well in academics would guarantee me a secure future, though.
Oh, sorry.
Or anything, really. Right now, I just want to sleep my life away. By the way, how's your mother feeling? She's okay, surprisingly enough. I'm doing my best to help her too.
Oh, Charles.
Even if it means working in retail.
God, I'm so sorry, Charles.
I'm sure of it. She used to be far more violent before. Never laid a hand on me, though. It was always something else. Utensils, clothes, books. The only thing I regret is that as a kid, I tried to make her less aggressive by saying I'll kill myself. That was extremely selfish of me. You were a child. You didn't know any better. Still, it's so weird. Of all solutions, my 4-year-old mind always jumped to suicide. Vincent touches the bruise on his cheek only somewhat consciously. I guess I just wanted to guilt trip her into caring. I see. So that idea isn't foreign to you, too. What do you mean? It's nothing. Don't worry. Sounds fishy. But as long as you don't want to talk about it, I'll bug off. Thank you. I would hate being pitied.
Does not feel good. Feels very bad, actually. Feels very, very bad.
Shit kinda sucks.
Maybe I shouldn't have come without a warning. But it's Charles, so he won't mind all that much. I'll just return this book and go home anyway.
Click.
Click. It's open. Jeez, when will they fix the lock? It's already been a month since it's been like this. The place is already a hellhole. Would it hurt them to put more effort into making it a little bit safer? The elevator's taking too long. Did someone just come in? Oh god! Audrey! Audrey? Oh god. Oh no! Oh no! Oh fuck.
I guess I'll do that. Keep quiet and no one will get hurt.
Oh no!
Bitch. Stop screaming!
Audrey! Oh god.
Oh shit.
Somebody, Audrey? Oh god. Somebody, help! I hear someone opening the door floors above and a dog barking. He ran away? I can't stay here. Oh man, Audrey! Oh, what? Blood. Ring!
Damn.
Ding 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 ding. Ring?
Who
Nook,
could it
nook.
be? Maybe Maybe I should pretend we're not home. No! No! Yeah. Henri? There's a trail of blood behind her.
Hi, Fishy. Henri
Did she
is.
get stabbed?
I don't know.
It keeps dripping, staining the floor. What happened? Shit, okay, don't talk. Mom, call the ambulance. Henri, I'll help you lie down, okay?
The blood will get everywhere.
Don't worry about it.
I just realized he has his bare hands.
It's going to be alright. If her lung isn't punctured, that is. Here. Sorry for the makeshift scarf pillow. I'll get you a real one in a bit. I'll try to stop the bleeding now. But, I only have theoretical knowledge about it. Forgive me if it hurts. Mom will Google the right way to do it, so trust us. Henri stays quiet. She must be in shock. I help her take off the shirt and look at the wound, trying not to focus on the blood oozing out. It's most definitely a knife
She
wound.
did get stabbed. Ooh.
Okay, this should do it. I throw the bloodstained shirt into cold water and let out a sigh. The ambulance arrives quickly. I follow her to the hospital, hoping that it's nothing serious. When I see Henri again, she has the same absent-minded look on her face. What did they say?
No internal organ damage. But it's going to leave a scar.
That's good.
It sucks. Why do things like this happen? Can't everyone live in peace?
She begins to tear up.
Why must I be cautious of every person I see on the street? Why must I be scared of walking alone?
I'm scared too. Ever since we moved into that place, I've been paranoid of every sound. We got rid of the cockroaches, but the neighbors stayed. Want me to get you some pepper spray? I have some in my bag.
I hate it. The very fact that you speak of these things like they're nothing out of the ordinary.
But they are ordinary. My mom got stalked by some psycho for over a year. I got smacked with a broken bottle on the street some time ago. Our neighbor's dog got mauled by a pack of strays. Life's full of misfortunes like that.
Fuck that. It's unfair.
It is. But there's nothing we can do about it, can we?
You're always like this. Ignoring the problem instead of doing something about it.
Miss Warhol.
What? And what's up with the sudden formality?
I didn't get to ask, but what exactly happened back then?
I don't get it myself. Everything happened so quickly. He told me to stay quiet, but I screamed my lungs out anyway. Maybe he just wanted my purse. Maybe something else. I don't know. I just wanted to return the book.
Henri turns over and cries into the pillow.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
Hi, Salty, by the way.
Okay. Okay. Examination over. I'm going to disinfect the equipment. You can get dressed. Thanks, Mr. Honecker. So, how is it? I don't think these bruises will ever heal. Unless we skin you and replace the tissue entirely. Yeah, I don't think you want it. Even though you're emotionally dead unless medicated, it's going to hurt like hell. Can't laugh about that. If it's a smile, I can always give you one. See? Just like I was taught in the labs. Stop it. It's not funny. It's weird, Mr. Honecker. I'm so desensitized to cruelty and violence that I no longer feel saddened or shocked by them. I don't think I'm capable of crying either. Or feeling anything, really. Everything is just mundane. Well, humans are an adaptive species. If all you see every day is atrocities, you can't help but get used to them. Yeah, I guess you're right. Forget I said anything. You hate being sober that much. When I am, I start having thoughts. I'd rather not think, Mr. Honecker. That should be your thing to do. Good night. Well, he's right. It's not really something I should concern myself with. I have to focus on my research while I still have the time. The interludes.
They're
Very
interesting, right?
interesting.
Very interesting.
Quite fascinating indeed.
Indubitably.
We're strolling in the park after school again.
Oh my god.
The weather isn't particularly good, but I have an umbrella with me.
Umbrella
Ha! Vincent doesn't mind the rain, but I do. So I follow him like a butler of a rich household. His throat is bandaged. Vincent doesn't bring it up, and I don't ask. We stop at a small bridge. Oh, there's something I've been meaning to tell you for a while. No way. Is it a love confession, Mr. Fennell? Almost.
Almost.
Okay, almost. I've been writing a novel.
Yeah, I can see how that's almost one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that tracks. Oh, what's it called? I thought, I'm not gonna lie, I was half expecting Hello Charlie. Aether Almanac.
Oh, that's the story he never finished in the real
In the
true
main
realm.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds fancy. I'm still in the process of writing it, and frankly, there's a lot to do, but I have sub-published some chapters already.
On AO3? Can I read it?
If you're willing to give it a read, I'll be happy to share it. Of course. I mean, you can't write badly. Thank you for your trust. It's a collection of short stories centered around one divine being. It needs a lot of improvement, and I don't expect my target demographic to be older than myself. Still, it's a work I love dearly. It's the first time I've used him use love in regard to something.
Okay.
This man's got issue. I should read it soon, I thought, yet ended up postponing until the last minute.
I feel that. Sorry, friends. I'm so bad at time management.
One's writing is a mirror of one's soul. I was afraid of my imaginary construct of
Ah,
Vincent shattering upon looking into it.
it's interesting that how he still has this idea of Vincent in his head, this idealized Vincent, even through knowing him in real life and actually getting to talk to him and interact with him.
I mean, to some degree, I think that's kind of true in a sense.
Hmm.
People usually only ever show their most pleasing sides,
That is
and
certainly
if
true.
and with someone like Vincent who puts so much of himself into the work, it makes sense,
Hmm.
in my opinion anyway, that like it might shatter some things.
Understandable. I was just. It's interesting how some things don't change, even when other things do.
It Yeah, what I've noticed is that like fundamentally, I think the characters sort of have the same problems, but they're not as debilitating in the original story. I think.
I
I
know what you
think,
mean. Yeah.
right?
It's. They're just a tad more stable.
A tad.
A tad.
Maybe. I think Vincent's going to become a cult leader, but besides
You
that,
don't, you think so? I mean,
yeah.
he himself acknowledged that Heaven's Gate wasn't a real thing.
Yeah, but this man's really good at convincing
Don't
people.
say tee hee hee fishy. That scares me. Fishy, I'm scared. I do think. Well, it's pretty clear that even with the subtext, so Vincent is quite rather suicidal and probably has been
He's
making attempts at.
I think he's either making attempts or he's just hurting himself. One of the
Mm.
two.
Oh, Stretch. Thank you for redeeming Stretch. I will do that. You should too, Cafe. Stretching is so good for you.
Oh yeah, give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just give me like a split second. I'm gonna yell really loud.
Why?
Oh!
That was quite a stretch.
That's why. Because it feels good to stretch like that. You know what I mean?
It does. Thank you for redeeming the stretching.
It feels like breaking my back. But besides that,
That's how Sean stretches as well. He just can't not scream when he stretches. Okay, bye.
yeah, that's about it.
Alright, back into the game.
Wait,
Oh,
Aether Almanac. Woo!
answer.
I guess I'll read. Give me a moment. I
I
gotta.
can read it, it's fine.
No, it's fine. I
Well,
just
you've been
gotta.
reading a lot. I could
I
cover for
like
you.
reading.
Yeah, I know you
Okay.
do, but you didn't rush your throat.
Okay. Go ahead.
Cough, cough. And I'm sorry, Pun. I had to move the pat reward thing because we're no longer aligned. But you can try it anyway, and I can like very hastily try and move the overlay over us so it will be perfectly aligned. Fuck. Ah, 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 ah. Perfectly aligned. Haha. Didn't even skip a beat. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Congrats on your pat pat cafe.
Yay!
Ah, ah, fuck. Okay. In the land of eternity, there lived a scientist. Oh, we actually get to see what was written in Aether Almanac. Okay. Exiled from her
Mhm.
homeland for heresy against their beliefs, she decided to travel around the world to see all its wonders. She saw civilizations rise and fall, stars explode, and new forms of life come into existence. After thousands of years of wandering, she began to grow weak in her limbs. She walked and walked until she stumbled and fell down into the ground. There she lay for days, unable to get up on her own. People passed by. Some asked if she was feeling unwell. Some pitied her and gave her food to eat. Some gave advice on how to get back to her feet. But nobody extended a hand. One day, she felt someone lift up her weakened frame. She looked up and saw a being she couldn't quite describe, as its form was constantly changing.
Man, I love No Face from.
Yo, Spirited Away looking mighty different right now. It was the most fascinating sight she'd ever seen. Mountain of Smiling Bodies. I love lobotomy cards. What are you? The scientist asked. I cannot be defined by mere words, it laughed, amused by her question. Dream mass? No, no, no. Some call me White Queen, but that was only one of my many masks. I am neither a man or a woman, for I am not human. They say meeting me is a great blessing that happens once in many millions of years. Therefore, how about I grant you one wish, the being offered? Say, what do you wish for? The scientist thought of unlimited knowledge and the world's treasures and infallible health, but none of those wonders interested her any longer. Can you remain by my side? She asked, her voice growing weak as the realization that she grew tired of solitude dawned on her. Unfortunately, I cannot grant you that wish, as nothing can bind me, was the divine being's answer, and the scientist hung her head low. However, if it's a lifelong partner you want. Without as much as a warning, the creature, tore off the scientist's finger, and her identical copy grew from it. As the scientist screamed from the sharp pain that pierced her, the relentless god spoke again. It knows everything you do, and understands you better than anyone ever could. It'll never leave your side. Sorry?
Nothing.
It'll never leave your side, and remain with you in life and death. When your sight fades, it'll become your eyes. When you lose strength in your legs, it'll carry you in its embrace. Together, you are one. I dream of falling into a pit of identical corpses and wake up in a cold sweat. I wonder if this is you, and
I
not
think it
me.
might be.
Never mind. You go ahead.
I dream of falling into a pit of identical corpses and wake up in a cold sweat.
Interesting.
Henri's idly browsing her phone as I struggle to finish a mission in a shooter I was playing.
Wow, Fennel's sure popular. I just looked up his novel, and it has like 15 fan communities.
Oh.
What are you
God
acting all
damn.
surprised for? Aren't you his fan or something?
Stop it. I'm not a blind follower. I just follow his socials, his Instagram, his SoundCloud, his Twitter, his I read his writing the other day. It's good. Like really good. But I didn't like it.
What? Whoa, okay. Whoa, care to explain? Earth-shattering moment. What? You? Not liking
Nope.
his work? What?
Okay, damn.
It's crazy.
The plot twist. Well, the overarching theme of his stories is that you can only save yourself. It's like other people don't exist, can't be of any help, even if they're around. His characters either choose solitude or end up in circumstances where they're surrounded by their own selves. Don't you think it's closed-minded to think that way?
Oh, Charles. Coming from you. That, Wow, Eiler. I knew you were dense as a brick, but not to this extent.
What do you mean? He's always been like that. Even I could tell that. And I'm your voice!
Bro!
Henri rubs her temples and gives me a reprimanding stare.
Listen, doesn't all of this remind you of a certain someone?
No. Breaking! Young people aged 12 to 16 found dead on the shore. The motives behind their deaths remains unclear. Numerous sources report they were all frequent visitors of Heaven's Gate community website, a web cult whose beliefs may have led them to suicide. Oh.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
I was right! In the worst way. Vincent skipped school.
You didn't what? It was just a prank, bro.
Vin-
It was
I'm
just
just
a joke.
imagining Vincent on a lightning background, eyes white.
Jazz music stops.
Nah. Vincent skipped school for 3 weeks.
Man, that is quite a lot of school. And
That,
Vincent
that
was an
is a
honor
lot.
student, remember? He was
Yeah.
academic. Man,
Guy was big brained. When I see him again, there's a mask plastered on his face. Vincent Fennell is smiling. Aha! Okay.
Fishy.
It's dark
Fishy.
in the morgue.
Sorry, that's what the point of the
No,
that's
no,
what the point
no,
of
no, no, no! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Ugh. We sit on the cold, crematic floor.
Ceramic.
Ceramic, you're right. Felix Honecker doesn't have long left to live. How are you feeling, Mr. Honecker? Tired, but that's nothing new. Is everyone pulling an all-nighter because of me? Yeah, even Florence didn't hold back on soap. Felix sighs. Even though I did nothing to deserve this kind of treatment, you all choose to act stupid. What are you sulking for, idiot? You'll see me tomorrow. That person won't be you. I doubt anybody will notice the difference. It's not like I did anything remarkable during my lifespan. You gave a shit about me. Although, you gave a shit about everyone. Just like Henry. Before he fell ill. It's unfair. We both know I'm a copy. First, Mr. Honecker tells me it's okay to care, then he complains when I do. Which is it? Do you believe in God, Bennett? No. Henry Huxley isn't someone as shallow as that. I see. Then it must be the same for me too. Mr. Honecker, I won't make friends with you next time we meet. It's a promise then.
Man! Man!
Man,
Man!
for whatever reason, I'm starting to think I have a working theory in mind. The Hello Charlotte interludes are probably probably just parts during the events of 3.
During the events of 3?
Yeah, I think this would happen. This would be like before he dies. He
Hmm.
gets body bagged.
Not say hello, Charlotte, too?
Probably not in two because hmm,
Because the first interlude seemed like the Charlotte we're very familiar with.
true, the Scarlet Charlotte. I
Yes.
don't know. I don't know. I think I just the I guess the reason why I'm thinking for 3 specifically is that was when Felix and Bennett seemed like the most. I mean, they threw a they threw a party for Charlotte's death. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe.
Oh, someone followed.
Ooh.
MXRI Brew? Mix Re Brew? I don't know. Thank you for following. But I see what you mean. Hmm.
Yeah. That's just it's just a personal thing. Unless we're proven otherwise by like later. Anyway, anyway, exams are stressful, but they're nothing I'm unprepared for. After all, I've always been a diligent student. I get paired with honor during the language exam, and we pass with flying colors.
It's pronounced Mari. Oh, well, welcome, Mari. Thank you for following.
Uh-huh. Vincent, however, remains as distant as ever. For the past month, we haven't gotten to talk at all.
Hmm.
I wonder what he's thinking. Oh, how disappointing. I can't seem to find any topics to discuss with you, Eiler. No, no, Vincent's not that petty. The very fact that you thought of me makes it thought of me like that makes you the petty one. Truth is yours, imaginary Mr. Fennel. I understand the way I use words impacts people around me, so I decided to distance myself from people who are easily influenced. Uh-huh. More plausible.
Oh, Vincent. You
Well,
didn't know they would. You didn't know people would follow through with it. You didn't
I
know.
don't. I think I think I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it.
Hmm?
Maybe I'm just using confirmation bias when I said that Vincent would become a cult leader, but I think he knew.
You think he knew?
I think he knew mainly because it's a reference to an actual cult.
I mean, there are plenty of cults that resulted in that.
No, the name is straight ripped from it.
Hmm. I see. But, huh.
Which,
I know that Vincent
and
isn't, the most stable, but I don't think he had ill intent. I do think he didn't think much of it. I do think hmm.
we'll find out.
Right. Fishy said that he didn't think anyone would be stupid enough to believe it earlier. But
But but the thing is that he's a very solitary person.
mm-hmm.
He does. I don't think even if I don't think he would tell the truth
About
about it. Like the fact that I don't know, calling it a prank and then keeping it up is kind of like,
well, he did just
hmm.
write for it. He doesn't necessarily own it or run it. He just wrote content for it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe that's a me issue.
Certainly not what Charles would think, that's for sure.
True.
Cuz I mean, if he didn't, I think he does genuinely feel bad at the very least. Skipping school
So
for weeks, isolating himself, not even talking to Charles.
I don't know, cause he's already. I don't know, because to some degree, I don't know. I'm thinking about there's a couple stray statements here and there that I don't think he really cares.
Hmm.
Like especially based on how he like puts himself into his work. I don't think I think he's only talking to people because it's basically because it's considered necessary.
Hmm.
I don't think he's doing it because he actually cares.
Hmm.
And that's definitely like probably because I'm listening to Henrietta Henry, but and also like I don't know. The way I don't know, maybe I don't know.
Okay. Shall we keep going?
Yeah, let's do that. But doesn't that mean he thinks very little of me? Ugh. There's no guarantee that we'll keep in touch after graduating either. I can't shake the feeling of frustration welling up and end up losing sleep at night.
No, falling out with the Oomphy. No.
I'm so anxious that I decide to discuss it with Honoree. She likes food, so I lure her in by inviting her to a cafe.
Vincent broke the mutual. Hate to see it. Vincent soft blocked Charles. Ooh. Ooh. He wrote what?
Honoree stabs a cherry tomato on her plate. Makes a popping sound and bursts like a pimple.
Ew.
Uh, maybe telling her wasn't a good idea after all. What? He's a cult leader. So what? I can change him.
I
I
can
can fix
fix
him.
him, Henri. I can fix him. Okay, you don't know him like I do. So what if he's a cult leader? Oh my god.
I was right.
Oh
I was
my
right.
God. Charles!
I was
Charles!
right.
Oh my god. Okay.
I want to talk to him again. Besides, he only helped copyright the text.
Fishy. I forgive him for being a cult leader, but I draw the line at women. Whoops.
It's not like he involved himself in their activity.
Your moral compass just did a complete 180 right now.
Listen, I'm sure he understands the weight of his actions. His current isolation must be damage control.
Are you sure he's not just a control freak who enjoys having power over others?
God, Henri, are we talking about the same person here? He's the most tactful person I know. He wouldn't.
If you commit suicide because he told you your imaginary world will become real, don't come crying to me.
That's. God. God. You can't cry if you're dead, Miss Warhol.
Ah! 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 The food isn't worth this. Anyway.
Oh.
Bitch! Fennel's dangerous, okay? People like him harm others without even realizing it. That accident confirmed it. If he's a writer, he should take full responsibility for the messages he's communicating. And don't go, it's their own fault, on me.
But it is. Everyone has their own brains. If they decide to self-destruct after hearing they're in a video game, then they were already predisposed to it.
Fishy saying, Fishy, maybe he just likes having control over, having power over others. Are we talking about the same guy? Flashback to the ants from kindergarten.
Yeah. Maybe it's the way you're dressed.
Maybe it's the way you're dressed.
They just saw the cult site and bam! Confirmation bias activated. They wanted a motive, they got it. I would never end my life just because I stumbled on some creepypasta on the internet. It would take more than that, like mother's death. or my own health deteriorating to the point where I start hurting others. Then
Hey, stop it.
uh, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm completely right either. Circumstances are different in each individual's case. I know that. I'm just worried about him. Knowing Vincent, he'll never talk about himself. Which is okay with me if that's what he wants. But if I keep ignoring this, what if he. What if. I think of running on the field. Children are laughing, illuminated by the sun. People like that don't live
Sorry.
long. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Fine. I get it. Talk to him when you get the chance, okay? I'm sure you two will figure something out.
I walk Henri home and wave her goodbye.
Henri! I wanna give her a hug.
She's such a good friend.
I know! Man, I can't believe Best Girl Award went to Miss Warhol. That's crazy.
The best. When I see Vincent next time, what should I tell him? No matter what I say, I find myself afraid of hearing his answer.
Graduation! Hooray!
Hima,
Ooh.
watashi no. Graduation day finally comes. Time sure flies.
Henri! Oh my
Wow!
gosh! Henri, you look
Wow! Why are you so? Is the word drip applicable here?
so good! I believe the word drip is applicable here.
Why are you so dripped up?
It's graduation day. It's a big,
God
important day.
damn.
It's Charlie, over here. Oh my god! Wow, nice look, Charles. You look
Who?
you look like the Sigma outfit pun. You're gonna call that the Sigma outfit? I wanna cry. I wanna cry.
Yeah, he does have his hair pulled back. Oh my god.
It does explain his lack of attraction to women. He's on that Sigma grind set.
What the fuck are you talking about? Who are you?
Hello? Do you really not recognize me?
I think you've just aged by 9 years. Oh! Okay, 7. Please stop kicking me, Miss Warhol.
I know I look good. You do too.
I look like my father.
You do. I can't even deny it.
Yeah?
And you hate it?
I don't know anymore.
Charles.
All that matters is Mother is doing better. Henri pats my head.
Pet pet. Okay. Try to have fun today.
Thanks. You too. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm?
Hmm. I don't know why the word that came to my head, it's completely wrong. But I was about to say, Vincent was right. Henri's got that grandmother outfit going.
Vincent said that?
Not Vincent. Charles. Fuck. Shit.
Grandmother outfit.
Like really, like it's that really, like, it's just that style of clothes that was
Cafe.
only ever worn in the 1950s.
I have the grandmother fit. Henri, by comparison, is very youthful in my opinion.
Youthful grandma.
Young at heart, I guess. Good grief.
He's talking to one of our teachers, all smiles as usual. I join as a shadow. Eiler.
Oh, he doesn't look too different.
Yeah. You look different. You look tired.
I can't not see the mask, bro.
Do I?
It's all I see. All I see is the mask from the first game. Ah! Ah!
You're right. Yeah,
Ah!
I think he is the mask man. And he is the executioner. I think.
That's what the point. That's what.
No, no,
That's
no,
what.
no, no. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Well, I suppose I'm not really fond of long ceremonies. Is Miss Warhol not? Oh God, he really does look
He
tired.
really does. I was thinking, it's been a while since I've seen his eyes like that.
So baggy. Is Miss Warhol not with you? She's participating in a photo shoot with the other girls. I ran away as soon as I saw the camera.
Women.
Vincent laughs, visibly amused. And it's too stuffy in this suit.
It looks good on you, though.
I have to agree. But there's nothing much we can do about it, right? Yeah, I just want it to be over soon. By the time we get to the rented conference hall, it's already evening. You know what? No, I agree. Fucking graduation ceremony was so goddamn long.
Just the process of graduating?
The entire ceremony.
Did you not have fun? I'm assuming?
I was mostly alone, so yeah, no, I didn't.
Makes sense. I remember it being very bittersweet because I knew that despite how friendly everyone was and how much I, admired the people around me, that we would all eventually fall out as we graduated. It was a very interesting feeling.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. The banquet doesn't interest me, but I already paid for it, so I stuffed myself with random appetizers. Vincent's dissecting a steamed carrot with the precision of a surgeon at a nearby table. He seems bored. The moment I decide to approach him, he's engaging in a conversation with someone else.
Cut!
Have you heard about Heaven's Gate?
No!
Too bad.
No! No!
Does he? Okay. I decide to look for Henri and find her surrounded by girls on a floor below. She looks like she's having fun, so I leave her to it. It dawns on me that of all the people in my class, I only managed to become somewhat friendly with two. With the rest, I really don't have anything to talk about. Unless it's homework. Maybe it's for the best if we forget each other's names after we all go separate ways.
Oh, you know how Henri and Charles fell out of contact and touch when she moved away? I wonder if the same will apply here then. Man.
Man, in the corner of my eye, I see Vincent leaving the hall. You're leaving? Just taking a walk outside. It's a bit noisy in here. Oh, alright. It doesn't look like he's going to come back. See you later then. See you. Crap, his coat is still
An
here.
excuse! Thank God! Thank God!
When I run out of the building, Vincent is nowhere to be seen.
Fuck!
Chip! I jogged a bit to the main road until I spotted a familiar silhouette. Fennel, wait, your coat. Ah, thank you. You needn't have run. I would have come back for it later.
Sure, Vincent. Sure.
It didn't seem like it. Vincent covers his mouth with his hand, hiding the surfacing emotion. Is that so? He says that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mind if I walk with you for a bit? Uh, sure. We walk in silence. There's too much on my mind, but I can't put any of it into words. Somehow we ditched the prom night without really planning to. I don't think anyone's gonna look for me today anyway. You have one new message from
Where the fuck did you go?
We reach a viewpoint on the hill. It's the highest platform in the old town. Vincent is panting lightly, exhausted from climbing the stairs. It's pretty high up here, isn't it? I'm not too fond of high places. It feels all too familiar for some reason. I feel sick.
That's very cruel of you, Etherain. That's very cruel of you. This is very mean of you. I don't appreciate it. I don't.
I'm kind of fucking mad.
I'm a little upset. This is a little upsetting. I don't
This
appreciate it. This sucks.
sucks.
This sucks.
I like them though. Even the air here feels clearer. Vincent leans over the fence and inhales the night air. Being above everything, leaving all the noise and commotion down below. Don't you feel the same? No. I feel like I could fall down at any second. I see. Oh, are you alright? I crouch down, my head spinning. I'm not alright. It's like we've been here before. Yet it's not the same. You never talk about anything that really matters, do you? Always smiles and big talk. Talking, yet nothing you say has any real weight to it. I'm sick of your smiling face. What? Ah, I see. Should I say what you want to hear then? Or agree with everything you say, like you always do? Ah, my personality has nothing to do with this. Does it? I'm led to believe you're as much of a control freak as I am. No matter how much others worry about you, you decide to shoulder everything on your own. That's because of how my mother is. That's because I don't want to be a burden. Oh, it's all about your image. But if I asked for help, who would provide it? You? At the very least, I'd listen to what you have to say. You just don't trust me enough. You don't trust anyone. Vincent's eyes gleam with ice. The only one who sees a problem in it is you, Eiler. You're not the solution to my problems. Neither am I to yours, even though you seem to think otherwise. Needles and knives. His words pierce through, but I don't falter. I know. Yet I want to understand you. It's not your fault that I don't. You're someone I've always looked up to. You could do things I couldn't find the right words to influence others. It always felt like your opinion mattered. I crouched down and faced the ground, suddenly flustered. I I thought I wouldn't mind losing my individuality if it did mean getting influenced by yours. Vincent's gaze becomes absent-minded. I've been envious. I have no one like that. There's only myself. Always has been. I have no role model, and I have a hard time finding a reflection of myself in other people. It's like standing on the other side of a one-way mirror. But I don't think of others as inferior to myself. In fact, I like people a lot. That's why I try to show it with appropriate words. Language passwords, just like what we discussed once, remember? Friend, soulmate, partner, these things are all very easy to say. The only difference is that while they have meaning to others, these words sound empty to me. I never felt close to anyone. The kind, understanding Vincent Fennell didn't exist until I created him. I remember Vincent in kindergarten. Emotionally dead kid gathering crowds around him with useless trinkets from popular shows. The only time he ever showed emotion was when he tore off wings from those ants, claiming to be in control. Control. Is that what it's all about? You claim you don't mean the things you say. That your personality is fabricated. I don't think you're being entirely honest. You're right. I don't mean it either. Ugh, he's insufferable. You. However, Vincent isn't looking at me. His mind is elsewhere. It's like there's a wall between myself and the rest. Ever since my childhood. I've been trying to break through it by trying to be someone I'm not. Yes, it's meaningless. Even if I make it seem like he exists, I can't become him. Deep inside, I must be the same child who laughed at the ants whose wings he tore off. Just because it was the only time when he felt in control over someone else's life. Because he lacked control over his own. Still, you've been trying your best, haven't you? Well, let's talk about a quiet place, those bruises. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that whoever you live with, they've been... I stumble on my own words. They haven't been treating you well. The Vincent I remember was an empty husk of a person. It's like you were never physically there at all. Yet, with time, you're able to regain control over your life. It's not like you became someone whom others look up to overnight. You worked hard for it. Because you care. That's just a life narrative you constructed for me. It's nothing that pretty. I can't be proud of being a hypocrite. Would you rather disassociate for the rest of your life? I don't want that either. Both choices are wrong. There's just no hope for me, is there?
Throttles you. Throttles. Fucking hate this. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Don't tee-hee me, fishy. We both know what's going on here. The songs! Ah! Too familiar. Too painful.
This life. I've already tried to put an end to it. A month ago. Huh? I didn't think much of it. It was something I knew would happen one day or another. Naturally. Yet, I ended up not going all the way. I thought, I still haven't returned the notebook. I was supposed to put an end to everything. For a ridiculous reason like that, I didn't. My eyes begin to sting, but no tears come out. I may be insignificant and frankly boring, but I'm going to do my best to become someone you can consider your equal, so that you won't feel so alone. I'll keep doing my best, so I... In the corner of my eye, I see Vincent crouching down near me, putting a hand on my shoulder. Don't push yourself, he says, his gaze remaining frozen. You're already doing enough. Empty words and template phrases. Neither of us can find comfort in each other's words. Neither of us know what to do. I want you to live, I croak out, not to a corpse, not to an imaginary construct, not to a vacant cell, but to Vincent Fennel himself.
These fucking words. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad. I'm so mad. Ah! Of course. Of course. Of course he says the same thing Charlotte says to him while he's pretending to be Vincent. Of course. Cause that's just that's just how it is. Huh. That's just Ether Rain just playing with my heart, huh? Alright. Okay. Alright.
Got me feeling shit out.
Cool, man.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
how you're reading all this. Because I'm tearing up over here. I'm coping. Attempting to cope. I am
It's okay. It's okay.
Ah!
I'm dying to, just on the inside, a little bit. History repeats.
It sure does.
I can't see his face. I see, Vincent says simply. No tears, no surprises. That's how Vincent Fennel is. Yet, his words sounded almost thankful. Vincent gets up and extends his hand to me. Congratulations on graduating, Charles. I reach out and accept his hand. The future still remains uncertain. Yet, I feel like I'll be able to fall asleep tonight. The sun rises. A new day has come. I was really expecting you to say hello, Charles.
Goodbye. Jesus.
That was. You know what? I liked that.
I like that a lot too.
It it has the same it has that same feeling as the rest of Hello Charlotte, honestly.
But it's such a more hopeful
It's
note, don't you think?
it's more hopeful it's more hopeful and less meta.
Yeah. It feels like, I don't know. I hope Ether Rain is doing okay.
I hope so too.
Are you ready,
Oh,
for me to
oh
read
yeah,
the diary?
oh yeah, I guess we're gonna have to read the diary.
Yes. I downloaded the Steam version
One.
just for this. And I believe this is from the voice of someone who isn't Charles.
Hmm?
Teehee.
No, I literally didn't hear you.
Oh, I believe
You
this
cut
is.
out.
Sorry, Discord, please. I believe this is read by someone close to Charles, but not exactly Charles, if that makes any sense.
Silka.
One.
One. Oh.
One day, a mother of a young family brought home a doll. She did so out of necessity rather than on a whim or out of strong desire. It wasn't the kind of doll you'd normally see on the shelves of a large supermarket. It wasn't a particularly beautiful model, being pudgier and noisier than her peers. Her insides were made out of slime that always seemed to ooze out of her nose and mouth. But the mother seemed to be content with those unsightly defects. The doll was supposed to melt into a sticky, dripping, wet, foul-smelling glue that would keep the mother's marriage from falling apart, after all. The father didn't want to keep the item. But to his disappointment, the shop didn't accept any returns. The doll became a fitting addition to the house's interior, for she fit perfectly among the counterfeit porcelain tea sets and useless trinkets stuffed onto the shelves. Pictures reflecting her snotty face filled up the family albums, 1,000 fabricated certificates of a model family life. One day, the glue went dry, and the family fell apart. As the porcelain plates hit the walls and the trinkets fell from the shelves, the doll remained still. The slime inside of her turned into water and flooded the room. The woman who bought it left the house, leaving all her former possessions behind. A new owner soon came, and Henry was born. Ah, I see.
I. Hmm.
Hmm. What were you
Honor?
going to say?
This is from Henri's perspective?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I
And
wonder.
two. I never felt like others treated me like a human being. Rather, I was an object, a commodity in a human disguise. To my family, I was akin to a not particularly expensive piece of furniture that they kept around, despite having bought a replacement. To my classmates, I was a wind-up doll they could push around by provoking it, laughing at how clumsy it was. Due to almost too cliche parental neglect, I was never taught proper hygiene. So my peers made sure to laugh at the way I smelled after forgetting to shower for weeks and the way dirt gathered under my fingernails. They hid my clothes after PE and called me names, but it didn't matter. I didn't matter. Damn, Henri! 3.
Damn.
As soon as puberty hit, I became even more convinced that I was no more than an object. Maybe it's because I used to eat too much, or maybe due to genetics. I grew to be more well endowed than other girls my age. Disgusted looks I used to get turned into something more primal and feral. Lust. Starved for attention, I wanted to be desired. A gift needs pretty wrapping, a realization came. Under my modest clothes, I wore stockings and garter belts. Asked for expensive underwear as a birthday present. Began paying more attention to my hygiene. My hair became perfectly combed, not a single strand out of place. Porcelain skin nurtured by evening mass and face cream. Fake. But no longer unwanted. People I never talked to began asking me out. Girls swarmed around me, talking about boys, periods, and reality shows I couldn't bring myself to care about, but watched anyway. It was something new, something I didn't know I longed for. 4. My first kiss was with a girl. It was at a drinking party, and everyone was drunk and horny enough to play sex dice obviously meant for older crowds. I didn't like her, but I liked how it felt. I decided I wanted more. Dang! 5. Silky shirts, short skirts, knee socks, fluttering lashes, flawless mascara. Not a single pimple on my skin. It didn't matter that I was stuffed with chunks of meat swarming with maggots, squirming, wriggling, eating me from the inside. 6. Charles Eiler wasn't a particularly attractive person. Let aside his above-average looks, something about his attitude gave away that something wasn't right. Maybe it was the way he scratched his skin and bit his nails, or the way he stared into empty space, muttering something. There was no Wi-Fi on his flip phone, and he was constantly taking it out of his pocket in short intervals. Typing a message to nowhere, setting an alarm clock off and back on. A foolproof tactic to ease rising anxiety. In class, he would often respond to the name of a girl classmate, and everyone would start laughing. He'd cover his mouth, mortified, realizing that the teacher's question wasn't directed at him. Stifled mutterings, jerky movements. Constantly on the edge, anxious and detached, Charles Eiler was far from pleasant. Yet, I found us to be similar. It felt like there was something eating him from inside. Maybe he was stuffed full of maggots, too. 7. We were sitting in an empty classroom. I was absent-mindedly scrolling down the feed of my phone. Eiler was finishing his homework for the next day. He did all the assignments during breaks and got excellent marks for it. I never got why he was in such a rush. So, what's your answer? Yes or no? Eiler didn't look me in the eye. Instead, he was looking at a spot between me and the window frame.
What? Sorry, what were you talking about?
I couldn't hear you well, and oh, sorry, is that still you?
I couldn't hear you well in this noise.
Eiler's voice echoed throughout the empty, eerily quiet classroom. Everyone else had gone home a long time ago. I started to get annoyed. Like I was saying, will you date me? Seconds passed. Eiler muttered indistinguishable words, still distracted by something. He was visibly uncomfortable. Okay. I'm so sorry. What? You're okay with it?
I mean, why not? If you want to. Listen, I need to get home quick. I'm sorry.
His words made no sense. Eiler grabbed his bag and stormed out of the classroom. What was that about? So,
You just jump a guy with that question? You expect him not to get kind of shocked?
He said yes. So this isn't a diary during Heaven's Gate, is it? It's maybe a
No.
diary from the real true realm, because they were supposedly dating then.
I'm gonna be real here. I don't think there's any sort of correlation at this point.
You don't think so?
I'm mentally kind of separating them all because you can't really contain. I don't think you can really contain this to one universe.
Makes sense.
You know.
I'm just thinking. I'm just connecting my own dots over here. Don't mind me.
Understandable. Understandable. Good point. Yeah, true, reasonable.
Hey.
That said, you're
Huh.
wrong,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm gonna
Alright.
beat you for it.
Okay. Okie dokie. Henry used to be a high achiever in elementary. By middle school, he lost all motivation to study. Eventually, he stopped leaving his room.
Middle fifth grader burnout.
Damn. You need to spend more time with your brother, father had told me on numerous occasions, each time more insistently, his wife nodding behind his back. As if this smelly freeloader didn't get enough attention from them already. So sometimes I sat on the phone in my brother's room, listening to the click-clack sound of Henry's keyboard. It was always dark in his room. The air inside was damp, laced with the lingering stench of instant noodles and used tissues littering the floor. Blech. Sometimes Henry got tired of playing and flopped onto the bed near me. He was not a talkative kid, so I never got what he was thinking. Sometimes he'd crawl onto me and bury his head in my chest, just laying there as I blankly stared into space. In the darkness, barely illuminated by LED lights, he told me about his two-dimensional sweethearts. Like then, Henry brought out his smartphone and shoved it into my face. It's Space Idol. Do you want to read Henry's?
Yeah, sure, fuck it. It's Space Idol Goody Goody. All of these are from the anniversary pool.
He muttered, scrolling down his card collection. Oh god, he's a gotcha gamer.
Of course he is.
How much did you spend on her?
Not much.
Liar. Henry? A reluctant pause.
She's worth it. I can change her.
Oh my god, I felt tired. Hey, shouldn't you be interested in real girls at your age?
No, they're gross.
Am I gross too?
Yes.
Damn!
Kinda.
Henry squeezed closer to me. Too close for comfort. I could smell his foul breath.
Ugh.
Henry was extremely bad at maintaining hygiene, just like I had once been. Maybe it was in our genes. He must be starved for body contact without realizing it, I thought absent-mindedly. Hey, stop it. You're too close. Go ask Mom to cuddle you. Henry didn't listen and only buried his head deeper into my chest. He was like a toddler.
Mom and Dad only buy me things. They don't care about me.
Believe me, they do. Unlike you, I didn't have that luxury. Say, why won't you leave your room?
It's pointless.
What is?
Everything. There's nothing I want to do in life. The only times I feel happier when I play games or sleep. But I don't want to die either. So I'll just stay here forever.
How pathetic. 9. Damn. Huh. Charlie, you need to see a doctor. I gave Eilers a hand a firm squeeze. He was shaking. Anxiety attack, I'm assuming.
Probably.
We were sitting on the cold floor in the boys' bathroom. There were around 15 minutes until the third period ended. I was trying to ignore the writing on the wall. Warhol is a slut. Eiler responded with a minute-long delay.
What would they do? Stuff me with pills?
At the very least, they'll help.
They didn't help Mother.
Coughing. True, real realm correlations. I'm talking about you. Charlie, please stop pretending you're okay. If you're not planning on telling me what's wrong, then at the very least try to seek help yourself.
If I say anything, she'll throw my pet cat out of the window, or worse.
She? Okay. I understand. I didn't understand at all. But Eiler was shaking. He was completely terrified. I'm terrified too, of him and his mind. It's not your fault, is all I could say, unable to find the right words. Ah, famous line, Henri. Seeking comfort, I squeezed his hand harder.
Okay, never mind. Maybe you were right.
Feels good to be a gamer! 10. It was the end of the year party. There's something about the thrill of blaring music and fleeting conversations that I cannot quite put into words. There, I was able to forget who I am and who I cannot be. He must have been a guy from the parallel class. Pretty handsome, I had to admit. Care for a drink? He asked me. Sure, I replied, and took the plastic cup from his hands. The room gradually began to tilt.
Oh.
Are you okay? He asked. I'll take you to rest upstairs. There was something in my drink, I belatedly realized as I was led to the upper floor. As my consciousness faded, I thought of Eiler. It was dawning on me that he didn't want to own, to possess, to consume. He didn't want me. Didn't want anything I was able to offer. He wanted something that couldn't be seen, something immaterial and ethereal. He wanted to be saved. But I am merely an object. My head was filled with mocking comments from my classmates, dice at the party, constant expectations, graffiti on the wall. I was trying so hard. I was trying my best. Yet why was I still not enough? When I came to, I was surrounded by girls, concerned yet relieved looks on their faces. I wanted to go home. 11. I woke up one day to heated debates in the kitchen. It was probably about Henry. Nothing ever changed. I snuck into his room, trying not to make a sound. He was curled into a ball under the desk, shaking, muttering something. Henry, it's me. Come out. Stop hiding. Oh.
Leave me alone.
What happened?
They want to fix me, send me to therapy.
And?
I don't want to be fixed.
Give me a break.
That's what all dogs say.
Oh my god. Just look how much they cared about you!
I'm sorry. That's horrible.
About your useless, stinky, perverted... I had to calm down. Then, what do you want?
To be with Goody Goody.
Greedy is
Goody
not a
Goody.
person.
I don't give a shit.
Hey, language. You just...
You just...
Oh, sorry. You just
Never
don't
mind.
want to make any effort to gain positive emotions in real life. Leonard got quiet for a moment.
I'm tired.
Was his only answer. I'm tired, too. 12. Charles Eiler started taking pills. Flynn, please don't take drinks from strangers, even if you do get paid. Oh, you're right. Charles Eiler started taking normal pills.
Yeah.
No more jerky movements. No more staring into space. There was a permanent smile plastered on his face. Familiar. He seemed alarmingly normal. $20 is $20. Pun, listen.
At least make it 100.
100? 100? Oh my goodness. We went out for food and movies. I made sure to Instagram all the food we ate and the places we visited. It would surely become the proof of our normalcy. I talked about myself, and Eiler actually heard me instead of spacing out, erratically checking his phone and muttering something under his breath. In turn, Eiler told me about Mother, about things he saw that others didn't, about a writer he admired. Everything was normal, just like I'd wanted it to be. Oh,
I think it's interesting how how this Henri sees herself. She straight up said like she was born to save the marriage and that fucking failed. And that really fucks with her self-image.
Yes.
Kind of depressing.
It puts a lot of things about her into context.
Yeah, I think it gives context to everything in 3.
Even some of her actions in Heaven's Gate. It makes sense to me.
Although she's not as intense there.
Probably because Eiler is a bit more self-assertive, not as
He's not a wreck.
Yeah, I don't think she has to be as assertive with him in Heaven's Gate.
Like the thing is with Heaven's Gate, right? Is that they still have their issues, but they're not complete wrecks.
Right. This made me realize we're gonna hear about the hotel scene. We're gonna hear about the hotel scene from her perspective, and I'm gonna be sad.
Oh man.
No.
I feel bad for asking this. Should we like finish this later?
Do you want to?
I'm kind of tired.
Okay.
It's getting late for me.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. I will save it right here.
I like the diary, not gonna lie.
I do too. I am learning.
Ethan is such a good writer.
Right?
Man. Like I do wonder though, it does come up to me as like how no, I guess they mentioned it in the afterward for 3. I think they put a lot of themselves into the game.
I would imagine.
So yeah, it's very interesting.
I agree.
It's like, but I think it explains why they're so good at writing these just emotionally painful stories.
Yeah, it sure hits different. You should go rest then, Cafe. Have a good night.
Yeah. You too.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
And chat, as always, thank you for joining us. It's been a minute since I've streamed, and I apologize, but it was fun. I am really sad about Henri and Charles and everyone. Yeah. Good night, streamer. Yes, that's me. I'm streamer. Wow. And fun, I'll try to have everything set up by the next stream. Oh boy. Have a good day. To you too. Thank you. I'm gonna go to sleep probably. And it's gonna be epic. Yes. Have a good night.